We're going to pivot to the NFL because you know what is starting, Jimmy? NFL training camps,
Ooh,
which
let's go.
means Jimmy, we're on our way. Like there's no going back until about February 10th.
Yeah,
Here
it's
we
already
go.
here. It's August.
Yeah. So, Jimmy, NFL training camps are starting and there's lots of things going on. So, what are we watching for in training camp 2024? What are your big focus? And then I'll give you some of the things I'm looking at.
This focus for me is the same as it was for our other show, except for with basketball. It's the opportunity that the guys are getting because we're not going to see a lot of the veterans. I know we want to see how teams are shaping up with new additions or players coming back from injury, um, you know, expectations and whatnot. But um, at this stage of the game, what we can really expect are free agencies, rookies who are really getting acclimated and shifting into the team. It's a lot of football being played, but it's a lot of business that has to be kind of decided upon too, particularly with one of our guys, the Dallas Cowboys, if Dak Prescott's going to be interesting to see how Jerry Jones handles this contract negotiations this time around.
And you bring up another one with the Dallas Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb. Will he show up? If he skips training camp, it's $100,000 in fines that he'll have to pay. But he's talking about he ain't coming unless he gets a new contract.
Hey man, that's how you know you making cheese, right? Get that show when you can say, like, you know what? For the day, I'ma chill, sit back and let y'all keep that 100 grand right there. Not the candy bar 100 grand, which is good by the way,
It is. It's one of my favorites.
but 100 grand ducats, the greenbacks that are so hard to get right now. He's shutting it down.
Yeah, he wants that new contract, and you know what? I gotta be honest. I don't really blame him. I mean, you're a receiver. You know, you got to get paid when you can get paid. You can't play all these seasons and bet on yourselves. Their life cycle isn't that long. Their life in the NFL, they got to get every year. Other things I'm looking at, Jimmy, is I'm interested in the Vikings quarterback situation. Right, they got Sam Darnold is the veteran. They got your guy, national championship winning JJ McCarthy is the rookie. I don't think he'll start, but if Sam Darnold, poops the bed, he might be starting week one, JJ McCarthy. So that'll be interesting to watch. I'm curious to see how Jalen Hurts reacts. Philadelphia looked like one of the best teams in the league, and it just had an epic collapse going 1-6, firing the offensive coordinator. They hired our guy, Kellen Moore. They hired a Minilpay advisor to be the quarterback coach and Doug Nussmeier, right? So they've got a whole new staff there in Philly to to try to turn things around. And then Jimmy, last but not least, I want to see what's going to happen with Stefon Diggs in Houston because they've got Nico Collins who signed a new contract, Tank Dell, they got CJ Stroud, and now they got a guy who wants the ball and will complain and cry and moan and whine if he doesn't get 20 targets a game. So I'm really interested to see how that plays out. What do you
That's going to
think
be interesting to
about
see as
Stephon
well.
Diggs in Houston?
That's going to be interesting to see as well. I think CJ Stroud has such a uh, commanding voice in that locker room. And I think people respect him within that organization. And although he's a young player, I think he'll be able to, uh, you know, keep the receivers or keep that core happy. They know what they're getting. They understand. I think if they spend that time like this time right now, trying to figure out, how to work together, how to kind of divvy up and divide. catches for all those great receivers. Um, it's going to be fun to watch. I think they'll get it together from what I've seen thus far this past year, and the quick turnaround that the Houston um, team has Houston Texas have exhibited. But also too, I think another team that's going to be interesting to watch. Just as far as you know, quarterbacks concerned is my guy Pittsburgh. We gotta see what my man Russ is going to do. It's going to be interesting to get a new shot of blood, and I know Mike Tomlin is going to have those guys ready.
Yeah, it'll be kind of interesting to see how Mike Tomlin plays. The preseason with the quarterbacks. I think that he'll want Russ
Yeah.
to play a little bit more than he probably would, which I think is a good idea. So